Well, let's focus on what we know. Light comes out of you, and it hardens.
Let's call it hard light.
Groundbreaking.
Wrong. I'm sorry, but that's wrong. When I say you're wrong about the bangle powers, I'm not saying you as in the audience. I'm saying the storytellers of Miss Marvel at Marvel Studios are wrong. Kinda crazy, right? After all, it's their fictional story. Who am I to say whether the fictional science behind the bangle that they explain is right or wrong? Still, I just want to get this off my chest. I cannot help but believe that Miss Marvel's bangle powers are slightly different from what they are perceived as. I believe that every time Kamala generates those hard light objects, she's actually causing a fracture in the reality. For starters, let's compare the texture of Kamala's powers with the texture of the edge of a universe as portrayed in What If. They look quite similar, don't they? The thing Kamala creates is a fracture in the reality. That's why they are so unstable. Let me just quickly explain what a reality is, even though you must be knowing about it. Consider a drawing on a paper. If figures in that world become self-aware, then that two-dimensional space is their reality. The edges of the paper are the edges of their universe. If someone in that 2D world is to touch the edge, they would feel it to be just a wall, a solid object that they can't cross. They don't know that it's a dead end. Now, as a three-dimensional being, if I tear that paper at a point, I can see that it's a fracture in their reality. But to those two-dimensional beings, it's just a physical object in their space that they can see, touch and feel. The same is the case with Kamala. By channeling her internal Noor energy, she creates these temporary fractures. If she channels more energy, like it happens when she accidentally triggers her bangle, the fracture breaks open and one can pass through. What I'm saying is that Miss Marvel's powers are quite similar to that of America Chavez. The only difference is that while America can travel the multiverse with her star-shaped portals, Miss Marvel can go only to the Noor dimension and back. Then how do you explain Kamala going to the past? You see, every universe is governed by its own laws of physics. The natural laws of Noor dimension are different from that of the main MCU. When we watch a movie, the characters in it, if conscious, would only be aware of the moment they are in at any point in time, just like us. Meanwhile, we have access to view the entire timeline of the movie, from beginning to end. Similarly, beings of the Noor dimension have access to the entire timeline of the main MCU, just like the TVA. When during that fight the bangle cracks open the reality, Kamala falls out of the MCU and falls back into a different point in time and space. Specifically, she goes to the place where she will get to meet her great-grandmother to get answers from her about her origin, the bangle, and what she should do moving forward. Why there? Remember that line?
It says what you seek is seeking you.
All the events that we saw in Miss Marvel had to happen, including time travel to the partition time. That's because I believe the trail of stars Kamala's little grandmother followed leading to her father in the train was created by Kamala herself. It's like that Harry Potter situation where he goes back in time and saves himself. This is how the bangle powers work. The hard light objects are actually in completely open doorways to the Noor dimension. This has been happening throughout the phase 4 of the MCU. They are showing us the many different realities of the multiverse, the characters in it, and the many ways in which the reality can collapse. Which it eventually will, combining all the realities into one, leading to the next epic finale called Avengers Secret Wars. Thank you for listening. I know it's going to be hard to convince you and you might find flaws in my theory, but I had to get this out. There are details I cannot ignore. I did talk about Kamala's bangle powers before, but I wanted to reaffirm that I stand by my theory, no matter who says what.